I had a therapist once tell me, he's like, Leah, somebody who's going to be a really good match for you is going to be really boring. You're not going to be attracted to them. And it's not going to be that much fun and it's not going to be very exciting. I was like, so single it is. Today, talking about why I'm single, because I know you're interested, but maybe you're single and maybe you're not single. Maybe you're terrified of being single. And I'm going to tell you 5 reasons why you shouldn't be single if you're too scared. If you're scared, like if you want to be single, but you're scared. Okay, where are my notes on this? I gotta take me some notes because really it was just spirit moving through me because again, my little self is like, oh hell no. You're not gonna tell them about your secrets. Okay, so one thing too, if you're one of those people that's like, I just want a crystal clear meditation, this is not the talk for you. Because this is some real stuff. This is like life. This is where life gets interesting and messy and perfectly imperfect. That's what I'm here to talk to you about today. Okay, so if that's not your cup of tea, then go find your latte. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so why I'm single. I have to take notes on this. I'm like, why am I again, Spirit? Let me know. Oh, right. Because I'm not a private investigator. What is that? What do you mean, Leah? I'm going to start, I think. I think I'm going to start to be I am in the sense that I always read behavior. I'm not in the sense that on my first date, it's not an interrogation scene. I'm not like, where were you on the night of April 1st, 2022? Now, how many people are you dating right now? Now, how many people are you talking to? Now, how many people are you pursuing? Now, how many people have you, right? You get the picture. To me, that's a little interrogation-y and weird. And it kind of disrupts the flow of fun for me. But that's where I've gone wrong. According to therapy and some self-search within, I don't do the interview. So if you're single, maybe it's because you don't do the interrogation interview on the first date. And then what happens is later on, you might have conversations like, oh, I haven't been in a relationship. Oh, this is fun. Oh, I like you. And so you think that might be like, oh, we're kind of dating. Wrong. On the dating is right. What that means is you didn't ask. Dock you 5 points. You have to ask. You have to interrogate every single question. To me, it's a little pushy. And so that's why I'm single. That's why I'm single. Yeah. I've been engaged a few times. Don't be jealous. I have been engaged, but didn't ever tie the knot. And the first gentleman caller who would like to have my hand in marriage was a young lad. And I have no idea why I'm talking like that. So I actually wrote my very first comedy joke as a result of that relationship and started doing stand-up. Here you go. Are you ready? I'm gonna soften it up a little bit from the very first way I wrote it because it was a little blue. But I was engaged once and I learned a lot in that relationship. I learned a lot. For instance, I learned that fiancé in French actually means, here, hold this ring while I go bang that girl. Hey, I didn't know. I don't speak French. All along, kids, you can take notes. Number 2, number dos. The second reason why I am single and maybe why being single isn't for you. No, I'm just kidding. Number 2 is because I like to have fun. You can have fun and be in a couple. You can be a half of a couple. You can be a couplet. What is it? I don't know. But I like to have fun. What do a lot of people say? Relationships are work. I was like, oh, okay, well then I'm not signing up. Because I like to have fun. The problem is a lot of times I attract other people who like to have fun with lots of people. So it's a tricky one, the fun one, because I just can't seem to adhere to its work. So if you don't believe that relationships should be work, that you are kind of old-fashioned and feel like relationships could be fun, maybe that's why you're single. And maybe that's why you shouldn't be single. If you're scared of fun and you just want structure and codependency, coupling is for you. I'm just kidding. There are healthy dynamics in couples. Don't get me wrong, okay? Don't get me wrong. Don't get all upset for a minute there. If you're in a happy relationship, then that's awesome. I'm not even kidding. That is actually really cool. And it lifts the vibration for everybody. Real love, like, is an example for everyone. I'm talking about like the codependent relationships. That is not real love. That's just control. Moving on. Number 3. Ooh, this is a good one. Yes. Because I'm interested in body, mind, and spirit. I said it. I know. So I've tried to just be interested in body. And it's like those relationships, it's all sup. I had a whole relationship once that was a text message. Another comedy joke. You're welcome. Comedy hour. I didn't know I was going to regurgitate the old act today. But I dated this one guy via text message. Was our whole relationship. Very romantic. Ever had one of those where the whole relationship via text? And he just, he romanced me with his words. Like, sup. Yeah, it was awesome. And then there was more to that joke. I feel like I'm going to go into my whole act. I feel like I want to go redo that act for some reason. I might have to get up somewhere and go do that old act from 20 years ago. Fit in body, mind, and spirit. I'm not going to go into my whole other act there. I got really in my head for a second. Okay, so that's not, with some of these fun boys, they're sup boys, right? So they just want to have fun. They're just like, hey, they don't want anything else. They don't want anything deep. And it's like, you're like, wow, you're pretty. And so really, you don't like just want to be in the whole life experience? And they're like, sup? They're like, what? I'm hungry. Give me a sandwich. So for some people, I'm not even talking men and women, right? There's just relationship types. But for some people, that's awesome. And you can just make them a sandwich and shut up and don't have emotions. But for me, that's not going to fly. Because like I teach being like body, mind, and spirit. And I like being fully in this experience. So that's why I'm single. Now, that might be why you're single. But if you're scared to be in your own body, mind, and spirit, if you totally depend on somebody else to validate your feelings and your schedule and your life, single is not for you. You're going to be miserable because it's going to invite you to really connect with your body, mind, and spirit. And more than that, the divine source. I watched this really cool video today on Lewis Howes' channel. Oh my gosh, he's amazing. And they were talking about relationships. It was very divine right timing. And they were saying how the guest that he had on was saying, now we're looking and putting all this pressure on the one, this idea of the one. There is no the one, right? The one is the source, the divine, your connection with all that is. You can't put that on one person. And then they also said that there's a problem nowadays because we're in this market of like product swiping. We've turned into products. So we're like, sell me the product, sell me the product, send me a picture of you. Sell me the product some more. I'm not sold. Let me see. I'm swiping through and I see her. I like her pose better in that picture and the thing and so we're not like looking at people's body, mind, and spirit. We're just like body. I like that body. Okay. Next, what's the next product? It's like we're buying a couch or something. And then we're wondering why it's so empty inside. So for me, I would rather have the whole thing than just a part of it, right? I don't want just the arm of the couch. I just want the whole thing. I don't know. Sometimes my analogies aren't the best, but I don't know. It's like sleeping on a hard metal cot to me. It might get the job done, and under the right circumstance, it might even feel comfortable if you're camping or something. I don't know. But for long term, it's just cold and uncomfortable and not as warm and inviting as a big cozy bed. To me, that's body, mind, and spirit is like a big cozy bed. And while it can be uncomfortable to connect with somebody at that level, ultimately you get comfortable being uncomfortable, but not from like a sore back and rigid thing because you're on a metal cot. Was that a better analogy? I don't know. We'll untwist that one maybe later. Number 4, every time there is an emergency, I promise you guys this doesn't happen all day long, only when I'm shooting a video. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Okay, number 4, why I am single. Why, Leah? Why? You're so wonderful and attractive. Stop. I mean, keep going. Yes, I know. I know. And that's also like, actually, that sounded really, but I know. No, here's the thing. You also get to feel good about yourself if you're single. It doesn't mean like, oh, ouch. Like it's something's wrong with you because you do have the connection with the divine. At least if you don't right now, you have the opportunity to. This is your sign. This is your wake-up call. And if you already have that, then just keep developing that. It's seriously amazing. It's how I'm meeting you guys right now. Okay. So number 4 is my relationship with my highest and best. You can call it source, God, nature, whatever you want to name it. That highest and best source energy within you. That is my number 1 relationship. That is my soulmate. So that's the number 4 reason why I'm single. Because at this point in my life, I'm not looking for somebody to complete me. I have given up those Disney ideals of codependent relationship. I don't even want that. That doesn't even appeal to me. So I already have the number 1 relationship. So actually I'm not even single. I'm co-creating all the time. I wouldn't even be doing this video if I wasn't co-creating. So I'm in relationship with source. And that shift is absolutely amazing. It doesn't mean you don't get sad. I get sad. I cry stuff out all the time. All the time. I've been sad over certain relationships of people that I really, really cared about, that I wanted to go a different direction. So it's not like I haven't given relationships a shot. And also, I've given being on my own a shot. Because if that's where you are in your life, if you always think something's missing, that's when you do miss out. And whenever I go into the energy of just pure love with source, I'm telling you, people are just attracted to you. People just wanting dates. Like, honestly, I feel very blessed because you realize that you're in the driver's seat. And then you get to choose. So I'm not being with people out of obligation or out of, oh my gosh, I need to be with somebody. I'm choosing who I want to be with. Because I already have that divine source connection. So anything else is icing on the cake. I refuse to shrink, to think that I have to work at a relationship. To me is shrinking. To give up who I am is shrinking. To not have the connection with the divine source energy and instead adopt somebody else's criteria is shrinking. And some people play in that paradigm in relationships. And I just won't. So if that's you, if you're like, I'm just going to keep expanding, and whoever wants to grow with me, then we're in alignment, because I already have relationship with source. So I don't need anything from anybody else. But I also am not product shopping. I'm looking at a whole person, body, mind, and spirit. So when that individual is in front of me, it is a divine connection. It's not surface. So that's why you may be single, because you don't like surface connections. And the thing I wanted to add on to the having fun, the reason I like to have fun. I had a therapist once tell me, he's like, Lea, somebody who's going to be a really good match for you is going to be really boring. You're not going to be attracted to them. And it's not going to be that much fun. It's not going to be very exciting. I was like, so single it is, because I'm not signing up for that. And maybe that was just his paradigm, and maybe that was his way of saying, you know, I'm excited and drawn to like things that aren't good for me or something, or people. I've also had friends in the past. You know, you become sort of an outcast sometimes when people don't know where to place you, when you're the single person. That you're not in the cool club anymore of like the married people. Like you haven't figured something out or something. So like you're not invited anymore. I've had that experience. If you haven't had that experience, then like high five. But I've talked to lots of people who have, lots. And I have. And so I'm just talking about it now instead of having it shamed. It's something that happens a lot of times to single people. It's okay. It just happens. Is what it is. And so with that, you have this shame on you, like, oh my gosh, something's wrong, but nothing is wrong. And then people will say like, well, you just have a bad picker. And I used to take that on. Well, I have a bad picker, and then I have to pick somebody boring. And then that like, oh my gosh, no wonder. Now I finally come into this place where, no, I don't have a bad picker. Actually, I have an excellent picker. That's why I have dodged some bullets. And also, relationships have grown me. I've also dated some amazing men. Like each relationship, you have an opportunity to grow. So I'm not settling. I'm not settling for boring. I'm not settling for work. And I'm holding a great vision of like really beautiful alignment, but that does not mean that they check all the boxes. It does not mean that they fulfill every single need of mine, because they're their own individual. So that's what I'm looking for, is somebody who we can come into this alignment of fun, joy, lifting each other up. And there's a lot of people that say that can't be done. Relationships have to be hard. My mom, a lot of people said that to her when she and my dad got divorced. And she's like, well, then I don't want it. Then I'll be single, because I'm picking someone fun, who lifts me up, who lives this type of lifestyle, who's this type of man. And people were like, it can't be done. And she did it. So it can be done. And I know I'm just not settling for hard work, for making myself smaller, for diminishing my relationship with the divine, for shrinking, for any of that stuff. I'm going to expand and be in joy and have fun and know that my divine partner is in that same vibration, and it will be easy and fun. And if not, then I'll be with source. Either way, I'm taken care of. So if that's you, I just want you to know, like, it's all good. It really is. It really, for realsy is. So you completely got this. Is there any last little bits I wanted to say? Yeah, and I just, I refuse to sit and play small, in the sense that like I'm a double parent, and there's some men out there who think, well, you've got it all figured out. You handle everything. You pay all the bills. What do you need a man for? And I think sometimes, unfortunately, some of the women's liberation stuff has like gone overboard with that stuff. And I go, well, yeah, but everybody wants support. The same way, like I want to support my partner. You can do everything. You are so strong and capable, but it is so beautiful And it's so beautiful to have loving support. So I'm not going to shrink down and be like, I can't do it. There's plenty I can't do, by the way, too. that I would love the partnership for a man. And I have room for that in my life. And if not, it's all good. There's nothing missing. I'm totally good. So this is why I'm single, because I'm very picky. I like to have fun. I'm not going to play small. I want somebody in alignment. I want to enjoy my life and keep expanding. So I know that's possible because I have seen relationships and examples of it. I think it might be more rare than what we're shown a lot. Unfortunately, it might not be actually as rare as what we see. I mean, what we see is just horrible examples. We glamorize that. But there are a lot of people who have these beautiful examples, but they're not shouting and screaming from the rooftop. And so we don't put them in the spotlight a lot of times. I think I got through everything. I think that was it. That was like power packed. I think I did okay. I think I got through it all. And now I'm going to get people going, Lea, are you sure you're not sad that you're single? Admit it. You're really sad. Admit it that you've got, issues or this or that. Look, I've gone through therapy. I've done a lot of stuff. It's a work in progress. I'm constantly evolving, but I'm very self-aware and I feel good. So nobody can give that to me and no one can take that away from me. And so I'm feeling very invincible in a way. Doesn't mean I don't get sad. I do. I totally do. But when I come back into alignment over and over with, I'm always taken care of, I just feel good. And then things and people and stuff is drawn to me. And then I get back in the power seat of getting to choose. So Faith, my daughter, asked me the other day again about it's Father's Day coming up and she didn't have a dad and I'm mom and dad. And so she's doing something at school. They're making something and I can tell she's making something for me, which is so cute. But I just told her the other day, I said, you know what? It hit me, Faith. One of the reasons too why, because she's asked me ever since she was 2 years old. She's very smart and on top of it. And I thought I'd be asked this stuff when she was a teenager, but no, not with my daughter. 2 years old, she started asking. She's 5 now. And I said, why you don't have a dad actually is because that's how bad I wanted you. And there were no dads available for the job. I was like, where is there a dad? I was like, okay, well, I'm marching forth because that's how much I want my daughter. That's how loved you are. That's how welcome you are in this world. That's how much I wanted to support your mission on this planet. I was like, I'll do both jobs. I got this. And she gave me a high five and she was like, you know what, mommy? That's how I felt about you. I was like, that's the mommy I want. We got this. And so we talk about it. At first I tried to be so PC with her, well, some people have 2 dads and some people have, 10 dads and some people have 1 mom and all the things. And she was like, got it. I want a dad. Now she's like, I'm good with whatever. Because she's like, this dad would have to be amazing. I said, yeah. So we might not find him, but if we do, it's going to be amazing. And if we don't, it's going to be amazing. And I mean that, with every fabric of my being. So if you're in a position where people are like, it can't be done that way, blah, blah, blah. I'm a double parent. I am so happy and fulfilled. And if I have that life partner, he's going to be the best or nothing at all. But he doesn't have to fill all the boxes. He doesn't complete me, but he's just the best in his own unfolding. And I'm the best in my own unfolding. And so we're spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, and all that in alignment. Doesn't mean we agree on everything. We're just in alignment. And that's the example I want to give to my daughter. Preach. Can I get it? Amen. Today was awesome. Preach, sister, preach. So that's why I'm single. I came out of the single closet. I actually have so much more. I have so much more respect for all the gay people that I've known. Anybody, LGBTQ, seriously. I have so much more respect for any of you because I have received so much prejudice for being a double parent, single mom. So much from friends and people. So I feel like I'm coming out of the closet right now to be like, I'm a happy human being on the planet with a wonderful family, and I'm proud to be my daughter's mom. It's the best gift of my life. And yeah, whoever comes into our life, if somebody does, it's going to be somebody amazing. So we're picky, and I'm not sorry. I'm like super proud. That's how I feel, like coming out coming out of the closet, proud to be where I am in my life. High five. Can I get a witness? Preach me. Preach me. Okay, the spirit is moving through me today, you guys. Seriously, I don't know what is going on. I'm probably going to have a panic attack after I post this because spirit just makes me do stuff. I'm telling you. It's just like, I'm just in. I'm in it. And then I post it. And then somebody's like, wah, maybe you're single because you're a little quirky and weird. Have you ever thought about that? Yeah. Yes, I have. Oh my goodness. So I just want to give you like support, really. You're not alone. And what's so cool though is that like so many people, I feel like I have this whole YouTube family now because so many people who I follow, now that I'm like in the ring as well, I feel like it's like this new level of family, and they're all saying the same thing. Like, you're not alone. A lot of people feel this way. Let's lift the shame off of this. There's like some cool ass people out there who are living full, expansive lives, who are choosing the people that they spend time with because they're living a fulfilled life, being of service, living on purpose with purpose. So yeah, the people that we roll with are going to be very high level people. That's not going to be run of the mill people. That's not going to be just, your regular drive-through fast food. It's going to be exquisite. When I worked in fine dining, that was the whole thing. It's like some people would try to compare us to some, cheap kind of run-of-the-mill hotel. And it's like, well, we're not that. We're fine dining. We're fine dining. So I'm in my life. Somebody wrote that in a comment, actually, I saw on Facebook somewhere. What was it? It was like, oh, they asked the question on the meme. I don't even know what the group was, but the question on the meme was like, what's a relationship deal breaker? And this girl wrote, she said, when I find out that a guy is pursuing other women while he's pursuing me, she said, it's not necessarily a deal breaker, but it just makes him really not very attractive. And it's kind of a bummer because it's just like, she said, it turns him into fast food. And I hate fast food. She said, I'm more into fine dining or something like that. So that's what inspired me to say that. But I've always given that analogy anyway. My students know that because from working in fine dining, it's like fine dining is a slow experience. Fine dining is body, mind, and spirit. You don't go rush through fine dining. Fine dining is a 3-hour dinner. That's alignment to me. I'm not looking to turn and burn them. I'm not looking, to just keep swiping product. That's me. If that's what you're into, that's you. That's okay. That's in alignment with your soul. For me, this is not my soul's calling. I'm more fine dining. Let's pair a beautiful dinner with all the, beautiful wine and pairings and cheese and dessert and the experience and the garden and the fresh air and the conversation and the music and all the senses alive and connected. That's what I'm interested in. So not everyone is going to be able to facilitate that because they're like, sup, you want some Mickey D's? And when I was younger, I was like, sweet, you're pretty, let's go. You're like so handsome. But now I'm just like, Okay, I'll go out with you a couple times. But no, it's not going to sustain. So that's it. That's all I got for today. Wow, that was a little vulnerable for me. I don't know why. Just because I'm coming out of the closet. So there you have it. Coming out of the closet as a straight double parent. The old school ways to say single mom, like something's lacking. Double parent. Double parent. All right, yeah, this I ain't your regular meditation mama. I told you. I done told you. If you wanted all slick and glossy, that ain't me. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, actually. Justin Bieber. Sorry, not sorry. I don't know. I don't know. The young kids are doing that. All right. I hope you have a great day. Stay true to who you are. Keep coming into alignment with who and what you are, because that's the most important thing. That's the most important relationship. See you next time.